Not only is it difficult for one to remain on top of anything and response to everything in the present moment, however, it's simply an invitation for agony. Listing all the Stoic principles, according to the philosopher Epictetus, achievement and success depends on persistence and resistance, which implies that there's certain actions that you ought to begin doing, preserve doing, and resist, while there are additional activities you should stop performing. 1. Be less approachable. Napoleon is famous with postponing reading his mail for 3 weeks because he assumed that the majority of problems would fix themselves. You face the danger of getting involved where you don't need to be and spending energy on issues that will be resolved by themselves if you routinely check your messages or are accessible at all times. Seneca, or Epictetus, might have used a strategy similar to the Marcus realists. In addition to not being a formula for efficiency, the idea of responding to everything right away and staying on top of all right away is also a recipe for unhappiness. You must be prepared to accept that you won't always be aware of what's going on, and that you won't always be so accessible that anyone can divert your attention at any time. Napoleon suggests staying away from it. Don't be too available when you're sleeping with your phone in the other room if you're going to do something important. 2. Do not sweat the small stuff. Don't stress over minor issues. There are many incidents that take place each day and second, yet the majority of them are insignificant. Marcus is truthful when he encourages against concentrating on unimportant subjects more than is needed. You need not to pay attention to it. It's not essential for you to have an opinion or position on something in order to be conscious of it. You can overlook it. You can keep your sights on what's important. You may consider the question, is this essential? Basically, avoid worrying over small issues, the things that are not under your power, which fail to advance your life goals, and which distract your focus. 3. Do not seek revenge. Stay calm. A Stoic doesn't need to get revenge. Marcus Aurelius, who experienced coups, false accusations, and many insults, once remarked that the finest form of retaliation is to behave differently from the offender. Seneca asserts that people grow furious over things, and this is ridiculous because you would never attack a mule or bite a dog in return. A Stoic recognizes that we will unavoidably face criticism, injury, and animosity from others as a result of who we are and what we do. But a Stoic doesn't feel the need to get revenge if someone did something. You'll be all right and can continue your life if you weren't harmed by it. 4. Never put someone else's viewpoint ahead of your own. I perform this exercise for Marcus anytime someone criticizes me. He states, think about that individual. Examine the proposal they just made. Analyze what they are. Evaluate what they rely on. Consider their past accomplishments. The person who thought you intended to let override your own assessment of yourself and your job is worse than pointless. They mirror the exact opposite of who you are trying to be. You do not require their blessing if they dislike what you're doing. Rather than responding to the foolishness of others, you have to concentrate on who you are, your own internal scorecard, and your sense of self. You should put your attention on yourself and who you are. 5. Do not look for outside approval. Epictetus advises against seeking approval from others. This is a fundamental Stoic value because when you look to others for gratitude, you sacrifice your independence or your capacity for happiness. It is not possible for others to pass an assessment on your wealth or anything else when you are talking about what is in our power, what is out of our control, and how to evaluate your own growth and success. Your life has been handed over on a silver platter to others, which is wonderful when they congratulate you and tell you how wonderful you are. But what occurs when they don't? What happens if everyone turns out to be incorrectly? Epictetus counsels us to examine ourselves and establish our own standards. Because what if the times in which we live place the incorrect importance on some things? Stoics don't base their success or happiness on other people, other sources, or other standards. 6. Do not fear change. Every beneficial thing which has occurred to you in your existence has been a result of change. A Stoic feels no fear of change because they have plans for everything and are sure can manage it. Marcus Aurelius stated, I'm going to meet it with the same weapons that I met it with today, when questioned what he intended to do regarding tomorrow. When you are conscious of your abilities and your capacity for change, you are unlikely to have to be terrified of it. Becoming a Stoic doesn't necessitate you to be attached to stuff in order to keep them unchanging. Because of the arrangements that a Stoic makes, they do not require particular outcomes. However, the concept of indifference simply indicates that you are great in every situation, rather than that you don't care. Although they know what to do and have the ability of managing anything, the Stoic does not require to express a choice for how events are going to turn out the next day. Whether it is going to be rainy or lovely, whether it's hot or cold, or if people will either love them or despise them. Because we are capable of handling anything life puts at us, we are not required to be scared of change or have preferences, which is why the Stoic eliminates either. 7. Do not express an opinion and don't let this bother you. You have no reason to be dissatisfied about this, and you may always choose not to have an opinion. According to Marcus, you may simply allow it. Go and let it flow by like the cloud, as the Buddhists discuss when they discuss thoughts. You are not required to let it affect you, to allow it to cause you pain, to become agitated, or to react. 8. Do not start from behind. Start from the front rather than the back. Many check their emails and text messages immediately as they get up, basically adding themselves to another person's to-do list. It isn't an ideal way to live to start your morning, because it determines the worth of your day, depending upon what the other person posted on Twitter, which message showed up, or what the most recent breaking news is. If you want to be the owner of your day and whatever is pouring into you, Marx actually suggests slowing down. You would rather not begin the day behind schedule or in this state of panic if you want to be in charge. So, in order to avoid having situations get out of control, I believe it's crucial to start your day and morning off well. In conclusion, staying consistently at the forefront of various matters and promptly addressing every situation in the present moment presents a formidable challenge. Not only does this demand an immense level of vigilance and multitasking, but it also opens the door to an overwhelming sense of distress and suffering. So I think these rules are essential if you want to live a happier life. Thanks for watching The Stoic Gain. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.